This is part of the program where I
Watch
find
this.
out if
Okay.
the Red Sox are more dumber than the Orlando Magic.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot about the Desmond Bain
We
trade.
going to church.
The father is standing by. So while I am over here in the lab, instead of him banging on the door, I'm just going to quietly let him in and assemble. Now get it.
Oh, my children, welcome to the House of New England.
You didn't start it right.
Oh, there's no reason to be yelling at me already there, Commissioner. You need to relax a little bit. Welcome to the House of New England in the name of the Tom Brady, the Roger Clemens, and the Billy Bork. Amen.
That's what I'm looking for.
And yes, I said Tom Brady, Roger Clemens, and Ray Bork. The other bit of
Hey, you don't have to rub it in, all right?
I see we have a new parishioner from Orlando. It is good to see you here, Mr. Playmaker.
I would have put the Boston management in the boards. You constantly keep doing that. Get out of here.
Shawzy,
And
shut
you
up.
too.
Shawzy, shut up and go sit in confessional, Sadra.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about him, Father. He doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut.
Well, do me a favor and put Shawzy over in confessional there and have Sister Mary Francis deal with him.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
Father, I am here for the first time. So
See you.
kind of interesting that my team made an interesting trade and then the Boston Red Sox made an interesting trade. So we trying to figure out which one is
Dumber.
yeah.
Oh, my son, I hate to tell you something, but the move that my beloved Red Sox have made the one Orlando look like genius.
As the immortal Red Fox once upon a time said, for every dummy, there's a dummy.
Oh, for every dummy, there's a dumber dummy, and this one's the dumbest. I mean, the fact that we backed the truck up last year for Rafi, we gave him $313 million. And then we end up asking him to move to DH. He's all right, fine, book it, I'll move. And then we end up losing Kristen Casas. We asked him to play first base, and he ends up raising a stinker about it. I'm sorry, but look at all the other great DHs that are out in the league. Most of them also know how to play first base.
Frank Thomas, David
Frank
Ortiz.
David Ortiz spent time in first base. I mean, so there's granted Rafi Devers. Granted, has been putting numbers back up after starting over 21. But now we end up trading who was supposed to be the person we built the doggone team around. We end up trading him to San Francisco, and we got to see his ass on doggone Friday.
I'm gonna love that.
So
that's
hold
gonna be
on. So is the father telling me that you traded a player, and then you be seeing that player later on in the week?
Yes, my child. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like
I
I
think
said,
I know what game one gonna be looking like.
game one's gonna be the beatdown. I mean, what do we getting at our ton? Kyle Harrison, Jordan Hicks, Jose Bello, couple
And
of
Jordan-
pitchers.
And Jordan Hicks is already broken.
Yeah, Jordan. We already knew that.
Because
And
remember, Jordan Hicks came in this league as a reliever.
And James Tibbs the third. Who the hell is James Tibbs the third?
Who wants to know?
Everyone down at the Flatties because they're trying to figure out what's going on here too. Trust me, I was down at the Flatties last night as the news broke and everyone was crying in their doggone Guinnesses.
You surprised?
No,
This
not.
segment is brought to you by Stupid University, where everyone graduates.
Shawzy, I told you to go sit in confessional, son.
No, I don't want to, man.
Shawzy, go.
Shorzy, you sit in confessional or I'll put you in the boards.
Oh, shut up, bud.
You shut up. You
Hang on
stupid
a second.
fool.
Sister Mary Francis, go deal with Shawzy.
Just wait a minute. Who's that stupid fool with the hair thinking he could put a big man in the boards? That would be my on-screen son, Commish. Tell that fool I said shut up or I'll stomp him.
Listen, it's not me. It's Shorzy.
Shawzy, go.
Tell that.
Go deal with Shawzy.
I don't care who Shorzy is. You tell that droid fool to keep Shorzy in check, or I'll stomp a mud hole in his hair and Shorzy's hair and walk it dry. Yes, sir.
No, I mean the fact of the matter that it was Buster Posey that ended up doing all of this. Who first thought that we'd end up trading Rafi Devers to begin with, but then to trade him to San Francisco, he was in the running for the division. And I'm like, we got done sweeping the Yankees, and we now end up trading Rafi Devers, who hit a bomb in the middle of the game.
Yep.
I mean, there have been some lame brain moves that the Red Sox have made. Nomar Garcia Parra, hello.
Yeah. Nomar Garcia Parra. What? Never mind. Go on.
To pull this move. I don't understand it. I mean, yes, I know we have a really solid prospect system. Yes, we've called up 3 of the greatest kids that we've had in the farm system. But Rafi was supposed to be the mentor and the leader of the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have nobody.
It's like Rafael Devers. Here's a name for you. Was supposed to be Troy O'Leary.
Oh, please! I remember those days at Troy.
It was supposed to be Troy O'Leary of 1999.
Oh, it's supposed to be Troy O'Leary, Trot Nixon, J.D. Drew.
And just like the Orlando Magic did on 2 separate big occasions, they blew it up.
I guess the only redeeming quality of this trade is we don't have to worry about the extra $250 million that we owed them because San Francisco picked that tab up.
Oh, and they're going to use that tab.
It's not all bad.
It's not all bad, but still, this was supposed to be a...
I'm going to make Shane mad. Big dog, I know you're sitting off to the side, but don't be mad when I tell you this. It's kind of like what they did with Roger Clemens when they let him go.
Don't remind me!
But,
sorry.
My son, I'll take care of you and console you later.
Why console him? I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah, but he's still sour about what they did to Roger. They did him so dirty.
They did the same to Manny Ramirez. Next question.
Well, Manny was being Manny, and apparently management couldn't take it anymore. Again, that's a problem. Management didn't have a sense of humor.
Neither did Manny, but we're not going to talk about that, are we?
I just don't get why he pulled this move after sweeping the Yankees, dragging our butts up out of the basement of the AL East.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've got this going on.
You ran into Tampa Bay. That's what happened.
Tampa
Bay was the hottest team in May.
Yeah, well, we've actually been one of the hottest teams in June, 9-4 for the record.
Mm-hmm.
But why are we? This is a dumbfounding move.
It's a dumpster fire. It's what it is.
No.
Hey, they're in the wild card race, so
yeah,
but long.
Not
after they visit San Francisco this week.
Yeah, San Francisco is going to be giving us an arse whooping.
Yeah, they got the Angels afterwards, so that makes up for that.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is after the Angels get pummeled by the Astros later this week. Oops. Right into the weekend.
You want to talk about a blockbuster move, and it's not even remotely close to summer yet. Tom Cruise, take notes.
Did Tom Cruise just catch a stray?
Yes.
Oh, there's nobody safe here in the house in New England.
I am. Every time the father threw a joke at me, I was ready to throw one back at him.
Oh, yes, but at some point there's going to be one that's just going to end up flattening you.
You said that already.
It's not all bad for your Red Sox, it's a shocking trade.
Yeah.
It's not all bad.
Yes, it is, because they suck.
It's not all bad. It's not.
Yes, it is.
They're above 500.
We're barely above 500. What are you talking about?
You're above 500. Doesn't matter if you're 1 game above 500 or 20 games above 500. You're above 500.
Yeah, but we're doing what we've been doing since the early 90s, looking up the Yankees.
They won't be above 500 for long, especially when they visit the Bay.
Oh, don't remind me. But my children, While we want to away Philadelphia David as well, this is the same issue we had when we lost Adam Vinatieri from New England over to Indianapolis.
Vinatieri won a Super Bowl with Indianapolis after beating New England to get there. Oops!
Don't remind me. I mean, it's bad enough I had to bring it up.
Dear Big Dog Shane, it's kind of like what happened to Tony Graffinino when the White Sox traded him in 2004 to Boston. And then you saw the White Sox in 2005. Oh, no. Oh,
I just think Boston teams have a fetish for trading star players mid-season, just like they did this year with Brad Marchand, and now he's on the track for a Conn Smythe.
Uh-huh. And a cup.
Oh, you know what? There was a cartoon back in the 90s that can actually explain this better than I can.
You're an idiot. I am so sick of your stupidity.
I get it.
Do you say that to Orlando as well?
Yes. Trust me, all the Orlando fans are saying the same thing as Boston fans are saying.
Oh, I get it. I get it, Father. It's not been a great sports year for the New England area.
No. And football season's not looking much better.
And to think Drake May is their quarterback. Oops, did I say that aloud?
Hey, I think Drake May is right. He just don't have the weapons around him.
Drake May will throw for 1,000 yards only and get pummeled 45 times.
It always could be worse here in New England. We could have still kept 38-year-old Mayo as our head coach.
It could have been Jacoby Brissett.
Brisket and Mayo, that's a bad combination.
Yeah, Brisket and 38-day-old Mayo. And yes, Playmaker, you heard
that Nathan Rourke was right there.
And yes,
We're
Playmaker.
not even started on how we dropped the ball and fucking Nathan Rourke.
And yes, Playmaker, you heard that joke correctly. 38-day-old Mayo.
Well, here we go. Let me help the Bostonians out here. Let's blame the Celtics. Because the Celtics decided to blow 2 20-point leads at home in games 1 and 2. You want to be in this predicament.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Unfortunately,
I'll agree with that.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to explain the Celtics, but we really went downhill when Tatum got injured.
No, you went downhill when you allowed Jalen Brunson to come alive in the fourth quarter of game 1.
He's known as the closer for the reason.
But
we're talking about TD Garden, a place that you're not supposed to win that, and you lost both games there to begin that series.
Oh, and here's but then my Pacers got even with the New York Bricks by doing the same thing to Boston, by doing the same thing to New York that New York did to Boston, snatching the first 2 in visiting places.
Oh, my children, I don't know what else I can say about this season.
So
it's already getting ready to be chalked up at this point.
I'm sorry that the New England area is suffering sports-wise.
I'm not.
I think the rest of the world agrees with you, Snowman.
I'm
being completely honest, because dealing with 20 years of Tom Brady and the Patriots does that to people.
That's their way of getting even with Montana and Young for 25 years in the Bay.
Pretty much.
That's their way of getting even.
But on that note, in the name of the Tom Brady, the Ray Bork, and the Roger Clemens, please, we are done here.
I've got to get an intro for that for you.
Yeah, you need an intro for that.
I've got to get an intro for that for you. And speaking of intros, Playmaker, there's an intro of yours I'd love to borrow whenever you come here and it's necessary.
Oh, Lord. Oh, wait.
And that's the intro of the Flagrant Foul.
Oh.
I'd love to borrow that intro just to play it. So in case you tell us you have one, we can provide the intro to that.
Man, you know what? Since you said that, I'm sorry, I haven't been doing more Flagrant Fouls. It's just...
Yeah, what's up with that, man?
There's a lot of good thing that was going on throughout the basketball season that I focused on.
Okay, fair enough.
Wasn't really a lot of stuff that I was like, that really ticked me off.
There wasn't any. There
wasn't a lot of things that ticked me off. you didn't have a team that was just losing repeatedly, just going down here. It was like bro, what?
Like the Philadelphia 76ers, perhaps?
No, like last year with the Detroit Pistons when they broke the record for losing. I'm like, what?
Touche.
What is going on up in Detroit?
Touche.
Nobody did anything stupid off the court.
Right.
That you had to say. It was a pretty moderate NBA season. A great college season, both men and women.
Yeah, true.
So I really didn't have nothing to go off on.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I really go off on is like every time we have a goddamn holiday in the playoffs, somebody getting their ass whipped.
Which started on Easter.
Yeah. out of all the holidays in the
out
world.
of all the holidays, Easter. And that Tuesday, Playmaker appeared on this show and went nuts.
Yeah, he did.
As a matter of fact, Playmaker was so calm when he posed the question, and I'll never forget it. I should have made a short out of this. I think I will. When he said, Snowman, I got a question for you. I said, what's that? Why is it that when there's a holiday during the NBA playoffs, somebody winds up getting their ass kicked?
They would make it so worse. This is game one of this playoff.
Listen,
right.
I still got Playmaker. I got PTSD from the Chiefs Raiders Christmas game a couple years back when we got our asses handed to us by the Raiders
on Christmas Day by the Raiders.
I remember
I was with my family. I was at my grandparents' house. We were all having an amazing time. And you're like, you know what? Let's try and make this day even better. Let's watch the Chiefs game, and it all went down.
All of a sudden, you saw Patrick Mahomes did not look like Patrick Mahomes because he threw a pick six.
That was not Patrick Mahomes. That was Jay Cutler wearing Mahomes' jersey. All right.
It was Kermit the Frog. No, it was Kermit the Frog. He's had to go ahead and throw a snap.
And then next thing you know, he threw another one. It's like, what is going on in Kansas City right now?
He did not say that was Jay Cutler in a Patrick Mahomes jersey.
It was not Jay Cutler. It was Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Fraud.
The only way he can go away from his piggy was actually get on that football field.
But me and Snowman, we have histories of this. When Kobe got his ass whooped by the Dallas Mavericks,
Mavericks.
That was on Mother's Day.
That was on Mother's
Day. Imagine you coming from church with the mom and the grandma. You go back to grandma's place and you turn on the game, and you just see Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers getting their ass handed to them.
Just beat down too.
Just by a Dallas Mavericks team that at the time was up 3-0. 2 of them were miraculous wins, one in Dallas and one in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Mavericks just decided, we've had enough. And they hit 22 3-point field goals that day. 22.
That would ever be etched in my memory because I'm like, I just literally watched. At the time, you didn't see Kobe get ass whoopings like this.
No, you did not see Kobe take ass whoopings like that. You did not.
And the Mavericks gave it to him.
The Mavericks were like, wait a minute. The Mavericks up 3-0 at home with Kobe Bryant and the fear of the Mamba mentality. They first said no. And then it was,
we do not care.
And that's what Oklahoma City said to Memphis in game one.
About 51 points? A 51-point differential.
This is how you open up the playoffs.
Let's close with our question of the day. Question of the day brought to you by Deemed Fit, made by first responders for first responders. But unfortunately, Droid has his mouth full, so I can't have him do the read and repeat the offer.
Use code SITM for 15% off store-wide purchases.
Okay. Now, as he goes back to eating, what was the first holiday playoff ass whooping that you watched? The first one for me was the Memorial Day Massacre in 1985 in the Boston Garden, where the Los Angeles Lakers were made to feel like the oldest team in the league because the Boston Celtics cut them to shreds, 148 to 114. But then a strange thing happened. As Brent Musburger explained very eloquently before the start of Game 6 in his warm-up, they made Kareem Abdul-Jabbar look like the oldest player in the league. Then he was suddenly gulping at the fountain of youth. This Easter, against the Memphis Grizzlies, the Oklahoma City Thunder didn't even blink. OKC told Memphis, we are going to rest our starters
Damn it.
by the third period.
I was trying to do something that backfired. Hang on.
What are you doing?
I had a moment. I thought I was on a different screen and I wasn't.
You fool.
Eh.
You made a move like this guy did.
Oh, for God.
Mustard! I better quit. I better quit. I'm gonna get yelled at now.
Why are you yelling, Mustard?
No, she's at work. She's actually I actually deserve to get yelled at for that. I mean it. She's at work, and I just heard her go, damn. I'm gonna be in trouble. And I deserve it. Well, at least it wasn't this.
No. That's until Wednesday. No more.
At least it wasn't this.
Ew.
Poor Blake. Poor Blake.
Or this.
Let's deal with that at least.
Or this.
Yeah, don't have to deal with that either.
But Victor, you do have to deal with this.
Not until August.
No, you got to deal with it now.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Because y'all need a quarterback.
I ain't got to deal with that until August.
You want to talk about holiday beatdowns?
Yes, sir.
Let's not forget what Randy Moss did one year on Thanksgiving.
3 catches, 164 yards, 3 touchdowns.
It's Randy Moss. What do you expect? It's Randy Moss.
It was the Randy Moss, Randall Cunningham connection on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes, it was.
Wow. And Randy Moss walking into Dallas, playing the Dallas Cowboys, and he thought,
we do not care.
And neither do I.
The irony of you playing that very clip.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Let me since we throwing out football once. Sorry, Snowman, but Christmas Day was not fun.
No, it was not when we played the Baltimore Ravens at Levi Stadium and we got demobilized. We got absolutely pummeled in the ribs, kicked in the ass, and socked in the nuts.
And it made it even more worse. They even did the Grinch celebration.
They did. I remember that game very well for 2 reasons. One, I got permission to call it because I didn't have to take my daughter to work because my wife did. And 2, I called the game.
That's what I said.
I
got to worry about this until August.
You got to worry about it now because y'all need a quarterback.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You and the detective need to worry because
no, I don't. No, I don't.
Will you let me finish the joke, please?
No, it's invalid.
It's invalid. You fired.
Listen, this is not a card. You're not swiping a card here to purchase something.
Declined.
But
Victor did that. Did you do that to me Friday or Saturday?
That was Friday.
That was Friday.
Because we were talking about the Bears not running the football.
and reasons I have a feeling.
And you had a reason. I said it's invalid reason.
I had every valid reason in the book to think they wouldn't use DeAndre Swift correctly. And I tried throwing it at you. And you put up your all defense shield. You put up your shield and kicked out every card I tried to put in the slot.
Exactly.
Now, Ivana, for our brother Cole Johnson, his favorite one.
Oh,
damn Cleveland Cavaliers.
Damn Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland.
What do we always say, gentlemen? But it's Cleveland.
Apparently, I pulled the Joe Hendry in the last Shooting Lights Out.
Oh, Lord. What did you do?
No, they were saying something. I think Playmaker had mentioned me, and I had just joined in, and I said, hey, everybody.
Yep.
I
mentioned him, and he came popping right in. I said, hey, there you go. There you go. You Joe Hendricks for the day. You say his name, and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendricks.
I was like, oh, okay.
But them damn Cavaliers. God.
How did that happen? Like,
I'll tell you how it happened, because it's Cleveland. I told you.
I guess so. They
And
must
the
be
ironic,
first.
the ironic thing is that 2016 NBA championship was wrapped up on an Easter Sunday.
That's true.
The 2016 NBA championship, incorrect holiday, was actually wrapped up on Father's Day.
Oh, it was Father's Day. Huh.
June
I thought something like blows chill.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
June 19th, 2016, which made me blow chunks.
I bet it did.
Which had me screaming,
No, God!
You stayed in the house after that, didn't
God,
you?
please, no!
I still remember.
There were 3 championships that made me stay in the house.
Mm-hmm.
2, actually. 2.
No, just 2.
Oh, I know one off the top.
Go ahead.
June 19th, 2016, which made me go completely off on a cuss fit the next day. And the second one was November 2nd, 2016.
Yep.
On both occasions, I ordered beer. I ordered pizza. I ordered 5 different sandwiches because I was putting on weight those nights. And I stayed in the house after the NBA and Major League Baseball basically told me
Nothing for you.
And I stayed in the house for 5 days.
Yep.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. The one that happened in November was worse than what happened in June.
Yes.
True.
Yes, it was.
I couldn't stay in the house.
I will tell that story here to wrap things up. I'll have to do it off the air because we're out of time. So
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
That's
what OKC is trying to say tonight.
Which is tonight, Game 5 of the NBA World Championship. It's live, beginning at 8:30. 8 o'clock is our pregame. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Thank you, Playmaker, for joining us. Dream big, do bigger. We hope y'all are too. And we'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. I hope the Chicago Scrubs never, ever, ever in my lifetime or anybody else's lifetime win a world championship again. I cannot stand it. I will not stand it. And I just can't do it. Bye.